What is up, everybody? My name is Nick, joined once again by my co-host Matt. Is it cold there?
Dude, it is freezing over here. I don't know
You're
what it's like down
inside. You're
here.
wearing a jacket. I wouldn't wear it unless I'm going skiing.
Dude, I let my dog out in the morning, and I'm pretty sure his legs froze. He started just couldn't move. It's brick out here.
Oh my gosh! All right, let's get right into it. Got a lot of football to talk about. Excited to be back. It's a great day. You know, we're off for the weekend. Everybody should be off for the weekend. If you're not, sorry, it sucks. It is what it is, though. It is what it is.
You sound great, by the way.
What?
Listen, everyone throw a like. Everyone comment. Nick is back. Show your appreciation.
I'm back.
Okay. Good thing he can't get you guys sick from across the screen.
Yeah, I know, right? Got football today, football tomorrow, NBA tomorrow as well. No hockey. That sucks. Ovi's the best goal scorer of all time. No big deal.
That's a fact.
Past Howie. How much more until who's next? Gretzky? Who's the top? I don't even know, dude. Honestly, I know Gretzky's got points.
I don't even know. Gretzky's a couple years away.
I want to know.
Oh, it is Gretzky.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah, he's got 92 more goals.
Oh yeah, he's gonna play he's gonna be like Yager, dude. He's gonna play until he's like 50.
Yeah. Yager played 1,700 games. I mean, so did Gorey.
Yeah.
Ovechkin technically still has 150 more games to play until he ties Gretzky's games played. So
there you go. Yeah.
If you want to talk about a guy who's on pace, it's that guy.
Yeah, there you go. Easy. All right. Enough hockey. It says NFL best bets Christmas weekend, so that's what we should talk about. I've already put. Let's just go into my play first because I've already put it out. It's pretty obvious. I mean, guys, everybody's gonna be on it. It's Derrick Henry over rushing yards. That line just moved to 117.5. So just know that it's 117.5. I mean, I love 111.5, but you know, I'm fine with 117.5 as well. He averages over 200 yards rushing versus the Texans in the last 4 games, dating back a little while. 2 touchdowns every time. He had 3 in one game, but 2 touchdowns at the minimum. He's been getting. The Texans are worst in the league as far as stopping the run. Now, the recent weeks haven't been as bad, but it's really just they've had multiple rushers going up against them. So the numbers haven't looked as extreme as far as individual people. Nonetheless, it's also going to be below freezing. If you've ever played football at any sort of level in the cold, which I have, I hated tackling in the freezing. It's absolutely awful. They're going to just ground and pound and run the ball, and Derrick Henry over rushing. And then we're going to take a little bit. I'm going for it. I'm just going to go for it with him. I'm risking 2 units overall, half a unit here. That's 150 alternate spread and a touchdown at plus 369. That probably moved, but I posted this earlier, like 30 minutes ago.
No way that 369 is the actual odds. Are you just playing a little Christmas joke? 369?
I don't get the joke.
There's no even odds on that. This is the first time I've ever seen something like
369. I'll show you. Yeah.
I think Nick's just trying to make a little 69 joke on Christmas.
Heyo. Boom.
Either way,
I got the blurred on. I got my blurred black background. And then I'm going 2 touchdowns, 150 at half a unit, just laddering basically and just going for it. Hopefully Derrick Henry gets, at the worst, I lose 2 units. But at the end of the day, you know, if you don't risk some units, you're not going to win some units, period. End of story. Got to take some shots. Like I said, he's been averaging over 200 yards versus them in the last 4 games going back. You know, this is going back a couple of years. He has history versus them. And he's averaged 2 touchdowns every time. So it's not absurd to think about. They're still awful versus the run. It's freezing. They need to run the ball. They need to get Derrick Henry going. He has had 2 weeks in a row now with over 100 yards. So he had a little slump in the middle of recently, but he's gotten back into rushing. They're feeding him the ball overall. So yeah, just go for it. Just go for it. Matt, let's go into yours. Which one you want to do? You got it.
I'm gonna do my Devonte Adams play. Over 67.5 receiving yards on DraftKings -120. I know it's gonna be a little bit of weird weather in Pittsburgh, but this is just a huge game for both of them. Steelers and the Raiders. It's at night, prime time. The Steelers are a top 5 target in regards to wide receiver yards. They've let a wide receiver on their opposing team get this line in 12 of 14 games. The only 2 that didn't was, I think, the Saints with like Juwan Johnson and the Ravens, who don't even really have a good wide receiver anyway. Every wide receiver one has basically torched through this line. It's a little down because of the weather, but I think they find Devonte Adams to just get so much usage here, whether it's maybe not as many deep threats, but just maybe some quick slants and things like that. I think he's their go-to guy. And it's such a big game. It's basically playoffs both teams are still technically in the hunt for the playoffs, but if whoever loses here is probably out. So I'm going to go with Devonte Adams. And I do think the Steelers are winning for a while in this game, so it forces Derek Carr to throw. So I'm going to go with this line as he's got this 6 of his last 7. He missed it last week. And you've seen when these star wide receivers don't get their line, don't get their love, the next week they're always showing a little extra, try to make up for it. So I'm going to go Devonte Adams, root for something fun. Maybe he breaks away a long one when we celebrate early, but that's my play for today.
Awesome. Yeah, I don't hate it whatsoever. Why don't you go to the next one because I'm adding something real quick. So I know you got a kicker prop. Let's just get it over with. Go.
I do have a kicker prop. I do have one more prop too after this, but I'm going to go with the kicker prop because that's what the people came to see, Nick. You might think they came to see your beautiful face on this Christmas Eve, but a lot of them came to see just a bunch of dudes kick balls into the upright. So we're going to go with Graham Gano on the New York Football Giants over 1.5 field goals. Listen, we cashed this on Chase McLaughlin last week. Right away, he had 5. This Vikings team just allows so much yards that they're going to get in the red zone or close to it. And all we need is the Vikings to just bend, don't really break. And we've seen kickers get this in 10 of their last 11 versus the Vikings. It is in a dome as well, so you don't have to worry about the weather. You may think his name is Graham Gano, but this week it's going to be Graham Gayes for us for over 1.5 field goals. So that's my play. Run it up. Let's go.
I haven't missed that at all. All right. Let me add that banner. Bam. All right. Let's talk about one for today. Falcons. I did a little teaser. I want to have a little fun. Falcons plus 10.5 and under 42.5. That weather there is absolutely disgusting. The Ravens have been struggling on offense multiple weeks in a row. They got a new quarterback this week. I'm going to try that out. I still think it's going to be a close game overall. I liked what I saw out of the Falcons last week after going down quickly to the Saints. Their defense has been improving as well, but with the weather included, I think it's going to be a relatively close game overall. 2 sputtering offenses, really. Baltimore has just been like, I don't know what's the deal with them. They always score towards the end, but they've just been really bad. I mean, obviously, Lamar Jackson's been out. Let's be honest. But even before that, they've just been struggling to score. I can go over the previous. So they lost 13-3 last week. They won 16-14 the week before, 10-9. Then they had a shootout at the Jags. Good weather there, 28-27. Before that, Ravens 13, Panthers 3. So in 4 of the last 5 games, they've gone under 30 points, and 3 of the last 5, they've gone under 20. As far as gone under 20 for the whole game. It's not a game you're going to want to watch. I just teased it up. If anything, I would lean the under if you don't want to tease or you can't tease, whatever kind of book you have. I would lean the under as far as the play. I just think taking the Falcons plus 10.5 in a game that's going to be low scoring like that, is the way to go as well. I'm not really a fan of Desmond Ridder other than last week rushing on the last play of the game when they needed a Hail Mary. Made no sense, but I cashed my over for rushing props. I don't trust him. Yeah, I don't
How can you not trust that guy?
Yeah,
he just cashed for you in the last play with the 12.
Look, I don't trust him as far as scoring or as just offense in general. And they didn't run him enough. I got just lucky. Let's be honest. I turned that game off. Someone just tweeted at me. I was like, how the fuck did he cash? And I saw the play. He just ran and then kept what is it? I can't use words. Pass fake, whatever. Pump fake. Thank you. Thank you. Get pump faking downfield as he's like 10 yards past the line of scrimmage. He's like, and no one's near him. He's just like, I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
That move was a prime high school gym move right there in football. I always used to get past the line of scrimmage. My brother did this every time. You fake throw to the kid in front of you. He'd do this because he didn't understand that you couldn't throw it and you just keep running. That's what he did.
Yeah, no, he did that, but he also did it at the end of the game and then ran out of bounds. Would you think there was more time, dude? Let's pay attention.
But overall for this game, you have a low total. And if you have a low total and you're getting tees you're getting more points, I think that's a win more often than not, just off that principle alone. And I like the under as it is at the number already. So if you're going to give it another 7.5 points, and you have a low scoring game, you're going to take a team to stay within 10 as well. So I like it.
Yeah. Good. I wasn't hoping you didn't like it. So let's get right into another game. It should be a low scoring. It's actually the lowest on the slate. That game overall.
It is going to be, some may say this is what a lot of our audience has today. A little Nick Chubb. You're back. You're back with us. They're a little excited that you're back. So we're going to go with Nick Chubb. Yeah. Over 18.5 rush attempts, minus 114 on FanDuel.
Pause. Is the only reason you're taking this play is because you made a punt out of it?
I mean, it definitely helps.
Okay. Just want to make sure that we have some clarity.
No, but it's going to be absolutely freezing. Low total at 32. They're going to be running the ball all day. Nick Chubb's used to this workload anyway, so I don't think they're going to stray away from him. He had 21 last week in that similar cold weather situation. He had 26 versus the Bucs. So in this weather situation, I do like it more, and I do think the Browns are winning this game as well. So game script plus weather, I think he gets 20 plus attempts here. You could go yards, you could go longest rush, but I think over 18.5 is just the safer play. Now that I said that, the other ones are going to soar over, but it is what it is. Nick Chubb over 18.5 rush attempts is my play.
Yeah, I mean, last week, look, Cleveland's got a great rush offense. We talked about this pre-show. Fifth in the league, 149 yards per game. Saints are struggling recently, especially. They gave up 231 versus Atlanta, which is a decent rushing option overall. And they allow the 23rd most in the league. Add that with the weather, you should have a great opportunity there to get plenty of rushes.
When those Saints go marching in, no one's really scared anymore.
All right, next up, Tom Brady, under 35.5, longest completion. You're going to find this on DK. Little Jim here. They haven't gone over since week 9, okay? That's when they threw a ball to Evans for like 50-plus yards. Hasn't gone over since week 9. That's 6 straight weeks. Let's see. Only has 5 completions of 35 or more yards all year. So only 5 on the year. Cards defense is tops in terms of depth of average target at 5.8. So obviously check down Tom. That's what everybody's saying. That's what I plan on them doing is just checking down the ball to his wide receivers, running backs, whatever. Let him just work up the field. No big bombs. fingers crossed. It's a nice little rush. It could happen at any point. So, it is what it is. And it could even be a check down that, that breaks and you lose. It's unfortunate, but you got to just go off what I have as far as stats. It's a little bit of an exciting play that is tomorrow versus the Cards, but yeah, under 35 and a half longest completion.
You also have a big spread, and Tom is a master of controlling the game, controlling the pace. So if he gets a lead, I doubt he takes chances for incompletion, especially late in games. And if he doesn't get it, stops the clock. So if they're winning late, I think it's short passes all day, a lot of runs, a lot of controlled clock. So yeah, I think it's a great spot. I think the only way you lose would be just a couple broken tackles and check down just screws you. But I don't think a deep threat is going to happen here.
Yeah, it is what it is. Guys, thank you for joining us. Nice quick episode. We're going to go through the plays one more time, and we're going to head out. So I got Tom Brady under 35 and a half rushing. Under 35 and a half longest completion.
That's a lot.
Sorry, I was looking at the next one. Nick Chubb over 18 and a half rushing attempts. I got Derrick Henry over 111 yards. Derrick Henry 150 yards plus a touchdown. Derrick Henry 150 yards plus 2 touchdowns. These are at half units each. Devonte Adams over 67 and a half yards receiving. Graham Gano over 1.5 field goals minus 110. And then I did a teaser at Falcons plus 10.5 and under 42.5 and minus 119 on FanDuel. Guys, that is it for today. Best of luck, bet responsibly, and have a great day.
Peace out, guys.